Kelsey was saying, hey, you should talk to other teammates about, hey, with us all coming back and game day and things like that. Did you have similar conversations with teammates about getting back as a group?
1,000%. I think when you have a team like last year, it's just so special. And you realize when people are healthy what we can do here in Indiana. And so, of course, we're all trying to keep our core together. And, we are so blessed to have a new CBA that allows us, to make more money and to have a lot more benefits. And so teams that were already established, it was like, how can we bring all these players back and fit them underneath that new umbrella? And so, there was details that need to be worked out. But at the end of the day, like, we're all pretty much back. And so we have new people who are going to help us. And it was a fun off season, but I'm glad that our core is back.
What makes you believe so much in this group?
I think last year, Twitter kind of blew up last night about a comment I made on my podcast, but I was taken, that's not what I meant at all. And I think if you listen to the full clip, you really understand that I just wanted to be somewhere for more than 1 year. I'm almost 30 years old. I want to have a home. I want to kind of get established, and I would love to get established in a place like Indiana. We had such a great time, and when you find a group of girls who really make you fall in love with basketball again, and you enjoy it, you enjoy them not only on the court but off the court, like you want to hold on to that. And so that's what I meant by that. And I think all of them this morning, they're like, we know exactly what you meant. The internet's doing what the internet does, and it's trying to stir things up, but it made me sound snotty and ungrateful, and that is the last thing I ever want. I am so grateful. I know I'm coming off a pretty big knee injury, and so it was never about the money. It was just about the years, because I wanted to be with them, and God forbid a girl loves her teammates, you know what I mean? So I think that we just have something special here when we're all healthy, and I'm just grateful to be back.
So then you clarified what, so did you get a multi-year offer anywhere?
Other places I did, and so I know there was comments, whoa, this is our only offer. No, it wasn't. Like, of course, so I need to stay off Twitter. It's the most toxic place ever, but I just wanted to shut that down, because that's not what it was about. I just wanted to be with this group, because I think, the more that you can build and you do have a special group and you can stay together, that's when greatness happens. And so I think we do have something special here, and we just want to be a part of that.
At what point did you start feeling healthy and completely yourself again? And at what point did you make that switch to focus on the season and less rehab?
Yeah, I try to do it ASAP. Rehab is horrible, right? And so I think for me, I feel like I got cleared 10 different times. I think people were just being extra sure. And so I fully got cleared in February. And so I've been going, and I feel good. It's nice to be back. You play pickup and you do all this, but then once you get out here and you have to be intentional, you have to kind of get used to that speed again. But I feel great. I feel like our surgeon here with the team doc did a great job, and I feel like myself.
You keep using the word special. What makes this group of girls special?
Yeah, I just think you have a lot of greatness. You have Kelsey Mitchell, you have Caitlin, you have AB, and then you have other people who really know how to let the stars be stars, and everyone else is in their lane, and they know their role, and they do their role really well. I think you're adding in a lot of good people. You have Monique Billings, who is an absolute stud, so athletic. Maisha Hines-Allen, who is a monster. Like, so glad we're on the same team now. I think she is too. And then you have like Raven Johnson, who is a great rookie. I've absolutely loved playing with her. Her vibe, her chemistry that we've created so far has been pretty elite at a very short span of time. And so I'm really excited about this team and where we can go.
Hey, so congrats on getting baptized.
Thank you.
In what ways do you feel like your faith grew during the off season that will help in your approach to this year?
Yeah, I when I was little, I was baptized. I've always been a faithful person, but I just feel like now, it's my own decision. So that's one of the better things I've done in my life is get baptized. But my faith leads me, keeps me grounded. That's my full identity. And so when you have all this noise going on, it's so funny, because I was talking to Diana Taurasi this offseason. She goes, what's so funny about you is like, you actually don't give a F. You really don't. All these people, I was like, I know. I was like, that's the funny part. I just don't care. Like, this is what I do, and I love it, but it's not who I am deep down. And so my faith really keeps me grounded and keeps me who I am, and I think it allows me to shine and just be myself.
Just since being cleared in February, what kind of workouts have you been doing to try to get back into game shape as much as possible?
Yeah, I mean, basketball shape is just different. Like, you can run as many suicides as you want. You can get your butt kicked however you want, but until you're out here playing, you're never fully going to be in game shape until you're playing games. And so for me, it was just playing a lot of pickup. It was playing 1-on-1, 3v3. It was doing plyos. It was just doing all the little things that you just normally do. So it was like kind of a normal off season, but just a little bit more rehab.
Wondering, being back in the Midwest, like you talked about, being closer to home, being on the farm, all that stuff.
Yep.
Did that help shape or change your perspective at all, or appreciate that more this past summer going into this new contract? Like, I want more of this.
Honestly, not really.
Okay.
You know, I think I never really lost my Midwestern vibe. You know, I'm a country girl at heart, and I think everyone knows it. I think everyone's like, oh, you really have been back in Missouri, because my twang is coming out in some of my words. But no, I was out in Phoenix for so long, and I still was there in the off season just because of the weather. But I love being back in the Midwest. These are my people.
And then another big thing is last summer we were talking a lot about the CBA. I'm wondering, now that it's almost completed, your general thoughts about how it turned out. Do you feel comfortable with the direction things are headed?
Yeah, I do. I think it's funny because we could have gotten this done probably like 6 months ago. You know what I mean? But we like to keep people on their toes, and I know all the head coaches and GMs and presidents are, you know, exhausted at this point. But hey, that's what sports is all about. And so you got to credit all of them for working their tails off. Some teams look really, really good. You know, some teams don't, but you know, it is what it is. And I'm just focused on us right now. I'm happy that our group is here, and I know we're going to get back to where we left off last year.
We've gotten to day 3 now.
Say what? Sorry.
We've gotten to day 3 now.
Oh, yeah.
The first 2 workouts, anything stand out about Katie? What have you noticed about her as she's
Katie?
back? Yeah.
I mean, she's been back, hasn't she? Like, didn't she just...
For the summer.
Yeah, like USA and all that. She's been doing her thing. So people are saying she's back, but I feel like she's been back. But you know, anytime you have her on the floor, she makes everyone around her better. She makes the game fun. Not only her, but you know, Kelsey's coming in with a great vibe. AB's coming in with a great vibe. Lexi looks phenomenal. Like, everyone just is looking good. And when everyone's at their best, in practice is like their hardest competition. That's a recipe for success. And so I'm just happy to be a part of that. I'm happy to be here. I will say I'm definitely feeling almost 30. I'm a little sore. I'm getting up there in age. Still 29. But no, I feel better than I ever have. And so I'm excited that it's here.
So